Yeah, see, I got me an idea, and I'ma put it to work, and I'ma gauge my progress by the sign of the word. Now I ain't yet a success, but yes, the word that I stress, cause by the time you hear the CD, count the steps that I've left.
Sky is the limit, and you know that you can have what you want, be what you want, have what you want, be what you want. After realizing I ain't had to be in home by 10, I then began to encounter with my counterparts. Listen, I actually think I left a line out in there somewhere, but really all I really wanted to do was sing the hook for you. You know what I'm saying? So, as you know, my name is Paulo Rivera. This is Make It Happen Mondays, and every time I start off with some sort of a verse, lyric, poetry line, right? Whatever. Or even just a jam, right? You know what I'm saying? To get you into the mood, to get you into the zone, to be like, yo, it's Monday. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Right? Because Monday is the first day that we have the opportunity to start making it happen, right? I mean, I know you got Sundays and Saturdays and Fridays, and you're going to do it up every one of them days, right? But, you know, you got that mindset of, oh, it's Monday, right? And that ain't what it is. That's why I always started off, right? With something to get you going, right? But it gets the people going, right? So today I decided that. And all I really wanted to do was the hook. And I'm pretty sure there was something between the hook and that first line that I started to spit. But regardless, right? Sky is the limit. And you know that you can have what you want, be what you want. So if that's the case, why is it that so many of us are wanting stuff? Why is it that so many of us don't have what it is that we want to have, right? Why is it that we ain't where we supposed to be or where we feel where we supposed to be at, right? Well, it's because we ain't doing what it is that equals to get or receive what it is that we're looking for. I mean, it's simple, right? You know what I'm saying? I told you before, one of the morning motivations, right, is that if you got a crew of people and there's certain people in that crew that aren't adding to your life in a positive, beneficial way, don't necessarily need to be capitalists. You know what I'm saying? Don't need to be that they adding money to your bank account. I mean, ultimately, that'd be the best, right? You know what I'm saying? Kidding. But if they ain't adding nothing to you, if they're not benefiting you in any kind of way, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, whatever it is, if they're not benefiting you in any kind of way, get rid of them, right? If you plus them equals something lesser than what it is that you got, or just the same with what you got, well, then you know what? It's time to subtract them, right? Well, it's the same thing here. If you haven't reached your goal, if you haven't attained whatever it is that you are looking to attain, well, then you ain't doing the 1 plus whatever or 5 plus multiple, whatever that equation is in the beginning to equal what it is that you're trying to get. You're not doing it. It's simple because like test me, right? If you were doing it, you'd get it, right? If you did add 2 plus 2, it would equal 4, right? I mean, that's just, come on, man, right? So I'm hoping that we can at least start with that understanding, right? Is that we can get whatever it is that we're looking for. And check it out. My equation may be different than your equation. I'm pretty sure I told you the story before, right? That my father told me that regardless of what it is that I'm going to try to attain, what it is that I'm going to try to achieve, that I'm going to have to work at least 2 times as hard as the person who's achieved or attained or is getting the exact same thing that I want. Right? Now, that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Because I grew up that way. Matter of fact, I was telling one of the people who I work with, right? And he was like, man, you know, we just met maybe about a year and a half ago, right? And he was like, man, it seems like you got a chip on your shoulder, man. And he goes, you don't need to do that. You're gonna succeed. You all right? You know what I'm saying? Da-da-da. And I was like, look, man, I am succeeding. I have succeeded, and I'm continuing to succeed. This chip on my shoulder that you see is just a mindset. And that's all it is. It's the understanding. Look, man, true or not, I don't care. But I have to work at least twice as hard as the next person to get exactly the same exact thing. That's my mindset. I'd rather have that as a mindset. So thank you, Pop, for doing that for me, right? But I'd rather have that as a mindset rather than I'm working this hard, the same as that person. I'm not getting it. What's the problem? Oh, this life ain't fair. This ain't fair. Oh, this person don't like, that person don't like. Who cares? I need to work at least twice as hard to get the same exact thing. And when that happens, I'm good. Other people, you see them and saying all this sorts of stuff. Hey, man, change the mindset, right? Work twice as hard. If you ain't working twice as hard, you ain't got nothing to complain about, right? Anyway, let's get into it. So once again, he sits there and he says that you can have what you want and be what you want, right? So again, that's the focus of what it is that we're going to talk about today, right? So if 1 plus 1 ain't equaling 2 for you, if whatever your equation is isn't equaling what it is that you intended for it to equal to, well, then we need to do some modifications to the equation, right? So what I'm talking about is replacing bad habits with good habits. Everybody got habits, right? And a habit ain't necessarily a bad thing. It's just that the bad habits is what's getting all the hype right now. You know what I'm saying? And that has been getting all the hype. You know what I'm saying? Similar to, again, something that I said, and I'm rapid firing through these points because I want you to see that everything it is that we talk about, whether if it's the Make It Happen Mondays or the Morning Motivations, they all tie into each other. And yes, you guessed it, it's about mindset, okay? I know I got my lucky shirt on, but 99% of it ain't about luck. There is a little piece about luck in there. I call it faith, you know what I'm saying? I always be saying, watch me make it happen, watch me make it happen, watch me make it happen. With God, right? Through God, or God does things through me, you know what I'm saying? But watch me make it happen because I'm the one doing it through him, right? You know what I'm saying? And there's a whole circular argument around that and stuff like that, but that's the way I work, right? It ain't about luck. Yeah, it's my lucky shirt. It's cool. It's funny. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, it was this one that I wore for St. Patrick's Day, and then I've always dreamed about making a shirt that says, I'm Puerto Rican, but kiss me anyway. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? I'm married, so I don't think I'm be doing that unless I'm just locked tight like this with my wife walking around like, what? You know what I'm saying? Because it's a funny shirt, all right? It's a funny shirt. Anyway, so you can have what you want, be what you want. All right, so what's a bad habit that we're going to replace with a good habit, right? How many of y'all be binge watching TV? I don't care if it's Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, Peacock, Freezy, or Freevee, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? All of these things that they got that got some sort of streaming function to it, right? I mean, that's the thing right now. I remember I had Netflix back in the day when we had to send back the DVDs or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And listen, it was great, you know what I'm saying? But if you find yourself binge watching TV, right? And now, mind you, again, here's the caveat, right? The little asterisk or the star, whatever it is that you're talking about. You have not achieved the level of success that you're looking to achieve. You have not attained whatever it is that this item is that you have the desire to attain, right? If you are left wanting, that's when we talk about changing these bad habits with good habits, right? And to tell you the truth, if you're just looking to get to that next level, well, there's something that you'd like to attain, right? You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that you got to be in dire straits. I'm just saying bad habits with good habits. Go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? How many times, if you got that much time and you're just sitting there binge watching, I know me, I'll be tired, man. I'll be tired throughout the day. I'm doing what I got to do through the day, right? And I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And I'm like, whoo, tired, man. Can't wait till tonight. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be grinding out, doing what I got to do, right? And nighttime comes, I take my shower, brush my teeth, put my kids to sleep, reading the book, whatever. I get back into my bed and I'm like, right? It's because I'm awake now. You know what I mean? It's like, man. And I don't know if you like me, I go through every conversation that I had in my mind before I fall asleep. I go through every emotion I had. I go through every perceived emotion that I believe that I caused for somebody else within the context of the conversation or the interaction that we have with each other. And I think about how I could have done it better, what I could have done better for myself, what I could have done better for the other person in the conversation or in the situation, whatever. I go through all of it. So when I'm finally like, all right, I'm going to bed, it's a good half hour, 45 minutes to an hour that it takes, again, in addition to me making that decision before I fall asleep, right? So if you find yourself like me and you binge watching TV at night and you're just sitting there awake, shut it off. I'm telling you right now, shut it off, put on some white noise, make it so that it's a blacked out room. You got blackout curtains, tell you the truth, if you could even cover your alarm clock, if you got to set it, go ahead and set it, right? I don't be waking up with no alarm clock no more. Thank God. Because through God, I can do anything, right? Watch me make it happen. And as I come now, I'll be waking up without an alarm clock. You know what I'm saying? But if you still got to have an alarm clock in there, cover it up. Have complete darkness in the room. Put some white noise, whether if it's a fan. I got an old cheap Walmart $10.99 box fan that I put in my room. And I turn it on, and that's the perfect sound, right? I used to have a vaporizador, a humidifier. You know what I'm saying? Old school one. Not the new school, nice, quiet ones that just be like, you can barely hear it whisper quiet. I don't want that. I want the old school one with the top that you put on and the top spins. You know what I'm saying? And it's long. That's what I'm looking for. You see what I'm saying? Because it's the white noise. But whatever it is that's going to help you get to sleep, do that. And then just jump right in, right? You don't need to be. The bad habit in this situation, in this example that I'm talking about, is the binge watching, right? The good habit is getting that extra sleep, right? All right, here's bad habit number 2. Fast foods, snacks, bad food. Chocolate ice cream, Kit Kat bars, Snickers, double layer chocolate cake. No, whatever it is, right? As you see, I'm a chocolate person, right? But whatever it is that you're eating that's not necessarily good for you, start eating homemade meals. You know what I'm saying? Start making them, start cooking them from scratch. I don't know if you're going to jump right in and you're going to be like this big, food preparer, you know what I'm saying, where you prepare your food on Sunday for the whole week. I don't really care how you do it, but start adding in some homemade meals, you know what I'm saying? Because all that other processed stuff and everything, I'm telling you, I'm not a scientist, biologist, doctor, none of that, you know what I'm saying? But I know that the unnatural things that we put in our body are making us deteriorate. You know what I'm saying? And I'm using real junior words like deteriorate and stuff like that because I don't exactly know what it does in there. You know what I mean? I mean, we can have some educated conversations. I know a little bit, but not enough to be going into it right here. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, you want to get yourself right, right? Treat your body as a temple with what it is that you take in, what it is you put out. And I know I've talked about movies and words and books and music and all that stuff, but it's also as simple as food. You know what I'm saying? Food and drink. Homemade food. Drop the fast food. Start having the homemade food, right? No new friends, no new, right? I got lyrics today, you know what I'm saying? Bars, right? But forget all your whack friends. Yo, you think I'm playing? Forget your whack friend. Toxic friends will be the death of you, right? It's toxic. You know what I'm saying? You sitting there and you're like, yo, I want to do this and I want to do that and blah, 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 blah. And they're like, man, you know, I tried that. That's because, or man, you know, my aunt did that too, but it ain't really nothing. Oh, me. And just negative all over the place. Don't drain me. Don't drain me. You know what I'm saying? Don't even try to. Replace them. Take them toxic friends. Take them friends that ain't about nothing. Whatever. I ain't saying you can't associate with them, right? Time and a place for everything. You know what I'm saying? When you determine it's your time to chill, go look them up if you want to, right? But what you should rather do is get yourself a mentor. You know what I'm saying? Because that mentor going to sit there and do exactly that. Mentor you. You know what I'm saying? They're going to help you determine where it is that you want to go. Again, everything that we talked about here, right? They're going to actually help you with what your goals are. I want to be this. This is what my vision of success is. Or I want this. I want to attain this thing, whatever that is. You know what I'm saying? And that mentor, the design of it is for them to talk with you, meet with you, build a rapport with you, really be able to clearly define what your goals are, clearly define your why, and then give you some sort of a roadmap to get there. You know what I'm saying? Binge watching, sleep, bad food, homemade food, toxic friends, mentors, right? We just keep on doing that, right? TV in general, even if you ain't binge watching, even if you're not binge watching, what's the point of really watching TV? Honestly, the news most of the time ain't even on point, right? So what's the point of watching TV? I know you want to relax and blah, 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 and all that other stuff, right? Yo, check this out. We just started taking up camping, right? As a family and all that, right? Yo, you'll be surprised. We was playing Uno. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I know, listen, people, if you were my age or younger or something like that, or older, I should say, you in the Uno, Connect Four, or spade, right? You want to bust some spades, you know what I mean? Spit, whatever, backgammon. I don't even know how to play backgammon. I just know it's a game, you know what I'm saying? Chess, checkers, whatever it is. You do that and you build rapport with your family, right? It's not just, oh, we're going to do this and we're watching TV, everybody's sitting there, right? But more so than that, that's if you're doing family time. What I'm telling you to do is exercise, right? And some people have been doing a little bit of hybrid of that, right? They're like, oh, well, you know what? Every time a commercial comes up, I go down, I start knocking out push-ups. Or they're watching TV and they on their Peloton. You know what I'm saying? Oh, by the way, I got a Peloton. You know what I'm saying? I got the bike and the treadmill. So if anybody out there got a Peloton membership and y'all looking to do it, you know what I'm saying? Hit me up in my messages and let me know, because maybe we can do a little something with that too, right? I mean, shoot, tell you what, y'all let me know. If you want to do a little something with exercise and all that, I'll get up, 4 o'clock crew, you know what I'm saying? And we can, we'll record a little something, do a little something, or maybe we'll just do something on the side, you know what I mean? But drop the TV, start doing some exercise, right? Complaining is the next bad habit. Drop complaining, right? And bring in living a life of gratitude. Listen, there's always going to be something to complain about, right? Just like the yin and the yang, right? There's always going to be something good and got something bad. You got the choice. The choice is yours. What is it that you want to focus on? You want to focus on the positive or you want to focus on the negative, right? You want to focus on the positive, you want to focus on the negative, right? If you focus on the positive, I'm telling you, it does something to your mindset. It starts to shift it to that positive mindset. Garbage in, garbage out, right? Goodness in, goodness out. We just talked about food being goodness in so that you can have goodness out, right? Same exact thing with complaining, right? If you got it inside of you, right? All it is an outward expression of an inward feeling. Really, that's all communication is, right? I feel this inside. I want to communicate that, right? And if you're complaining about things, all right, cool, go ahead and complain it. But what is it going to do, right? What is it going to do? It ain't doing it. Complaining has never fixed the problem. Complaining has maybe helped identify a problem, but complaining never fixed the problem, right? Live a life of gratitude. Instead of looking and saying, this is messed up, this is messed up, this is messed up, right? You know what I'm saying? And maybe sometimes you're like, Pablo, I got so much stuff messed up, I don't got to look. It's just messed up. Fine. Then work hard and find all the good stuff that you got gratitude for. You see what I'm saying? Be gracious about things. I'm so happy that I got to do this Make It Happen Monday for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I was swimming with my daughters earlier. I'm so happy that I was able to go swim with my daughters. You know what I'm saying? Check this out. I was doing some math in a math workbook earlier. I'm not necessarily like, yay, I get to do math. But I'll tell you what, I'm happy that I got to do that math, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm expanding my mind. I'm exercising that muscle. I'm making sure that muscle don't get any atrophy. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the right word, where the muscle starts to eat itself, right? Whatever. Overthinking. That's the next bad habit. So many of y'all, and that used to be one of my things, you know what I'm saying? Is that I would think, and I would, oh man, I got this idea, and I could, but, and then I talk my way right out of it. You see what I'm saying? It's good to think about all the avenues, but it's not to talk your way out of it because of self-doubt. You see what I'm saying? It's not good to talk yourself out of it because somebody else's doubt or somebody else's failures, right? That's not a good thing. You know what I'm saying? So stop overthinking. Think of something and then go do it. I'm telling you right now, you act like if you don't go, if you do go do it, you ain't gonna have a time to think. Yes, you will. On the contrary, right? Because as you do things, the mind starts to work, right? I used to write rhymes a lot. You know what I'm saying? And when I used to write, my best rhymes was when I was driving. I know you like, yo, you ain't even supposed to text and drive. How you writing with a pen and a pad? I know. But I'm telling you, my mind, just because I was moving and I was looking around, my mind was moving. I was able to be super duper creative. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing. Is that once you take action, once you start moving, the creative juices start moving too. It's like the blood flow. You know what I'm saying? It's moving things throughout your body. Once you start working towards something, even if you take a step back, it's okay because you learn from it, right? I got an awesome story for that, but we already into it right now. I'm going to save that story for a little bit later, right? But take action. Stop overthinking. Take action. And as you go and you encounter a roadblock or speed bump, that's fine. Think about it, right? Don't overthink and then take your next action, right? While you're taking action, think of any other potentials, but while you're taking action, stop overthinking, start taking some action. And you know what? Stop blaming everybody else. And listen, I know that it's difficult because sometimes in your hardest of heart, in the deep, mental crevices of the brain, you believe that if that person wouldn't have done this, that you'd have been all right? Listen, you have no control over what that person does or what that person does. You have no control over what that person's thinking or what that person's thinking. But what you do have control is everything about yourself. And when you start realizing that every success and every failure, every good emotion, every bad emotion, every stress, every angst, everything that goes on within and because and for you is because of you. I'm telling you right now. You didn't get the job. It's because of you. You did get the job. It's because of you. You got in an argument with somebody. It's because of you. Right? And a lot of times people are like, nah, man, there's too many other things out there. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not because of me. No, I get it. Some things happen to you and it was just, you didn't know, right? You know what I mean? Some people, boom, they get cancer. Wow, right? Hereditary. You know what I mean? Listen, I know I told you the story about what's going on with my family and my daughters and all that, right? But it's not happening to us. You see what I'm saying? It's not, because we've decided that we are in control of this situation. You know what I'm saying? And we are doing the things that we need to do to control that situation. Somebody starts an argument with you, right? A wise man once told me, don't argue with fools because people from a distance can't tell who is who. That's Jay-Z, right? Now, if you sit there and think about it, he's 100% right. Somebody can come up and start arguing with you. It's a decision to argue back, and now you're arguing. You know what I'm saying? You can come up and you can do something of offense to me, right? But it's a decision for me to get offended. You see what I'm saying? Take responsibility. That's what I'm trying to say. Be responsible for you. Look from within first, second, and third before you start pointing the finger. You know what I'm saying? And I think if you do that, you're going to start being able to come up with a better plan of action and move forward, right? You always need to assess, clearly identify what the issue is, and then adjust fire and then let it go, right? So check it out. We talked about a lot today, right? We talked about replacing binge watching with sleep. We talked about replacing fast food or bad food with homemade food. We talked about replacing toxic friends with mentors. We talked about replacing TV with exercise, complaining with gratitude, overthinking with action, blame with responsibility, right? If you can take those, I don't even know how many there are, 8, 7 bad habits and change them into good habits, I'm telling you right now, this week is going to be fantastic for you. It's going to be better than almost every other week that you've been doing them bad habits. Start today, right? Start today because I believe you can do it. I know you can do it. Check this out. If you knew me and you see where I'm at now, you should be like, if he can do it, I can do it, because I'm telling you, it's really not that difficult. The world is designed to make you think that it's that difficult, but it ain't that difficult. Keep a positive mindset. Put good things in, good things gonna come out. Come on, man. I know you can do it. Start this Monday off on the right foot. Put a smile on your face. Take some big, deep breaths. Live a life of gratitude. Best of all, let the world watch you make it happen. All right? Listen, until next week, my name is Pablo Rivera. Watch me make it happen.
My shoulders when I'm in motion, I'm focused, thoroughly thought of my plans and the execution. You notice, ain't no time to think about it, only time to react. Your intuition under pressure, weigh you down on your back. I scribble thoughts in my palm, I'll see you when I get home. Organize my inner visions while I'm chilling and calm. A politician's mind state, that means I'm nice on my